Good morning. Good morning. It's Brenda Esh and Shoshana back with another little talk on simple solutions in a complex world, by which we just mean direct, simple ways of relieving our suffering, our confusion, our distress, because complex means mixed up often. Not always, not always. There are many levels of complexity, different dimensions. But very often as in everyday life, I focus on everyday life, on actually living these wonderful teachings, which come from all over the world and from the most eternal truths from all traditions, but they're the same truth. They're the same truth, no matter what tradition it comes from, which is very beautiful. And my focus is on living it, not wondering about it, thinking about it, living it, living it. There's a beautiful saying, which is they say, well, how do I know it's true? How do I know? And the answer came, do, and you will see. I really always love that. It comes from the Torah. Do, and you will see. Meaning, live it, experience it. Don't just think about it. Take the next step. It, put it into action. We can read all day long about loving our neighbor as ourselves in every tradition. Everybody knows that's really a beautiful, wonderful way to live. But how do we actually make that happen? That's another matter because we have many, unfortunately, psychological issues, misperceptions, I would call them, of who we are and of what the world is, which leads us into feelings of despair, conflict, competition. Who's better, who's worse, who's up, who's down? Give me this. I'm not happy. Everything revolves around whether I'm happy or not. When we have that kind of orientation, it's impossible to be happy. We may have a flash of happiness if we win something or if we achieve something or if we think that we're important in some way. It's a shame because all that disappears because it's only the world of illusion. We are important though, but in a very different way, in a deeper way, in a profound way. We're profoundly important with a value that never can be taken away. Never, never. But we have to touch that and taste that. And the way to know it is to live it, to really put it into action. So the little talk for today is something very central to that, to shifting our psychological upset a bit. These little steps, that's what they do. They're designed to help us see differently, help us know ourselves differently, and in that manner, release and let go of a lot of the causes of suffering. This particular one for today is, and it needs to be repeated in different forms again and again, that it is not so much what happens out there that causes our suffering, although it looks like it, but it's our response to it that causes us to be upset. It's our response. We're upset, or we're furious, or we're going to get them back, or whatever it is. Our response comes bubbling up by itself. It's automatic. You could call it also a knee-jerk reaction. Boom, here it is. And then we dwell on what happened and we dwell on our response and we feel that that's truth. And then we let that motivate us. We let that take charge. We let that create our next action and we just respond and then we act in a way that has nothing to do with maybe even what happened. We don't really see always what happened when we have such a strong response. What we see is our response. Like if somebody has road rage, it's a good example. All of a sudden, something might happen on the road, and boom, they're enraged. They're convinced that that person wanted to cut them off or looked at them funny, or many, whatever they think, whatever stimulated this rage in them. And then they'll go chasing the car. Unfortunately, we've heard of many people becoming quite harmed when that happens, but for no reason. Nothing to cause it deserve that. It was the response that not only caused great deal of pain in them, but potentially when we act on that response, oh my goodness, it can cause all kinds of difficulty. Many traditions and many folks say silence. In silence, when we take that pause, we don't respond, we may feel the anger, but we don't act on it. We just become tremendously aware. Oh my goodness, this happened, and this is the response. We become aware of it rather than letting it take over our lives. And just be with it. Just be with it. Be silent. Be silent. Don't allow that response to magnify. Don't allow oneself to act on it. And the silence knows. The part of us that can be still can also see a lot more of the truth because it's not overpowered by the responses, by the anger or the fear or whatever it is. We're just saying, no, wait a minute. What's really going on here? Is there another way to respond? Could there be another way to respond? If, just giving an example, if we responded with love or with compassion, or even with amusement, that's funny, this situation would be absolutely harmless. I know this is a very extreme perspective, but it actually works. Many people will write to me or talk to me, and over the years working as a therapist, a psychologist, I heard so many times, and I'm not belittling people's trauma or their pain or the very painful things that do happen in this world. I'm not saying they don't happen, and I'm not belittling them. But I am saying there's a different way to be with them. Because to think about them, to respond to them, there's a different perspective we can take. And when we do, the new perspective shifts everything, shifts what happened from a tragedy to a passing wind that blew through the trees. That's quite a shift. Now, we're not being heartless if we don't jump into an emotional response. Actually, we're being filled with heart. We're breathing, we're waiting, we're receiving what is happening and letting it filter, letting ourselves digest our experience. That's one of the essential points of Zen practice, to allow ourselves to digest what's going on. We don't usually have time to do that, to digest all the endless stimuli that come at us from outside and inside. So we just digested that. My original teacher said that, I never forgot it. Here we digest our experience and we absorb what's nourishing and we allow the waste to just dissolve. It actually becomes fertilizer for us, for wisdom. We can use our experiences to become a fertilizer for wisdom, a deeper wisdom. And depending how we want to react or respond, or how we handle, how we see, how we receive what's going on, everything can turn into growth and wisdom. And we can be stronger and we can have more fun and we can be more real. So I wanted to say that today. That's such an important point. It's a point that it's very good to explore it again and again in different forms, because it's the very heart of the matter. This is the very heart of the matter. taking charge of the way we respond, by which I don't mean manipulating ourselves or controlling ourselves, but not allowing our responses to dictate our life. It's a beautiful insight and it's a beautiful practice. Thank you so much for listening today. It's lovely to be here with everyone, really it is. And all the beautiful people that I have little notes from and little conversations with. Thank you. It's quite a wonderful miracle that we can all connect and interact on Zoom here in the international world. We're just a step away. It's such a beautiful teaching in and of itself. So have a great day, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.